while before, but it should be fun.
All right.
There's your clicker.
There's my clicker.
There's your clicker. I'll click this button and your clock will start because you have it already set up. Cool. It'll be up your bottom. Heck, this.
Okay.
So you're gonna be on this side.
Okay. Excellent. Good to get there.
Boom.
Okay. Maybe you type P.
P.
Yep, that's it. Good.
Okay.
Okay. Good morning. Thanks for having me. My name is Chris Fisher. I'm the founder, CEO, and any other sort of founder title I can think of for ILMinate. I'm going to try and do this in 6 minutes. I am Scottish. You can hear by my accent. So the less time I have, the more Scottish I get. So I do apologize. I've been working in tech for 19 years. 10 of those have been protecting the biggest brands you can think of from cybercrime. I'm a former Linux systems administrator, and I served in the British Army alongside US military in all sandy places around the world. But that's when I was a lot thinner and a lot more handsome. And like I said, I've been working in large organizations protecting their biggest assets. The mission here is small businesses face the same problems as enterprise organizations, right? The small businesses lack the access to enterprise security. It's too expensive. They don't have the resources. They don't have the teams. And small businesses are easy targets for threat actors. I hear devastating stories all the time. I hear small businesses that go out of business due to cybercrime. Breaks my heart. See if this works.
Very good.
Okay. So ILMinate, a bit of a wordplay on ILM. I kind of liked it. But yeah, we're going to be highlighting your threats. So real problem, real attacks. These are real attacks across organizations. Small business company in Texas lost $48,000 to a wire transfer. We've heard this all the time, right? You continue to hear about it a lot. Medical practices, easy targets for threat actors. Ransomware by a fake Microsoft security email. 18 days, the threat actors locked the customer or locked patients out of the patient portal. Doctors, nurses, medical staff couldn't access. Patients couldn't access. Law firms, again, easy targets. Law firms, anything to do with title, insurance. When people are sending a lot of documents, DocuSign, things like that, they become very easy targets. This is an old stat. Verizon don't really update this too much, but it's actually probably higher now. 41% of small businesses experienced cyber attacks in 2023. It's hard to say that now because it's 2026. Okay, quick example. Can you spot what's wrong here? Okay, that didn't work. Let me just go back one. Probably have to. I'll click in here. Okay. Oh, here we are. So if we click what's wrong here, overblock attacks. Okay. So normally threat actors, especially with AI now, can use perfect branding. They can look at a professional format. Those spelling errors, usually let's say back in the day, even a couple of years ago, it used to be, oh, that's a phishing email. It's really hard. It's really easy to detect, right? But in this case, we have a homoglyph here in the acme.core.com address. What it's using is a Latin E, so it uses characters from different alphabets that look identical and visible to the human eye. So this attack is visible, very popular, and very easy to get through positional email defenses. The next one, anyone spot the difference here or spot what's wrong?
Can't see it.
Can't see it? Sorry. Well,
that's the point.
This, I wouldn't expect you to see it anyway. This is a compromised vendor attack. So threat actors will hack vendors' email. They'll have access to the real accounts. They'll change bank information. They'll send from a real domain. The payment goes to the attacker. So we see this quite a lot as well. So they'll try and get like a man-in-the-middle attack to try and shift some of them funds. Again, real estate companies do this quite a lot. Oh, 2 minutes to go. Let's talk. I'm going to get very Scottish. Microsoft security alerts. So just a few more examples. Probably seen these quite a lot. In this case, what they're going to try and do, threat actors want to create panic and create urgency. If you're getting locked out of your account, you've got 24 hours to do something. You're going to play on that emotion and try and get locked in, right? So you want to try and secure your account. They're going to say what you're logged in from. A country like Nigeria, you're in Lagos. You're like, I wasn't in Lagos. So we want to make sure these sort of threats are protected. Your users, your customers, your businesses don't get impacted by these type of threats. This is huge. Fraud freight late last year, you might have heard of Costco got all their lobsters shipped to somewhere else, right? So freight fraud is absolutely huge. So what they'll try and do is do a man-in-the-middle attack and get that freight shipped to somewhere else. So the typical impact here is 150 to 500K. It's huge. Again, it will look like it's coming from FedEx. They're trying to reroute mail. They create fraudulent shipment emails, things like that. So introducing ILMinate, who we are. So our AI-powered email protection actually works. Not only are we AI, we actually use more traditional signature-based engines as well. We can detect AI-generated phishing emails. We look for things like fake invoices and payment fraud, account takeover events. So once the account has been taken over, threat actors normally have east to west access within your organization. BEC compromise, or business email compromise. So things like gift card, employment lures, invoice, and things like that. We're looking at zero-day attacks as well. Really simple. Email arrives. We analyze it in real time. We actually have 27 AI engines as of last week when I was bored in Mexico. We stop threats instantly. So we don't do any MX record. Everyone who knows DNS about mail coming into the environment, we hook into your mail environment if it's Office 365 or Google, and we pull your message or we analyze your message within under a second. So email stays fast, your business stays safe. So, thank you. Our detection rate is just under 100%. We've sent over probably 1.5 million messages, real malicious messages, while we're testing the environment. Response time, like I say, is under 1 second, and a very low false positive rate. So we're not blocking your legitimate emails. 4 seconds. We're looking at small business, small to medium businesses, healthcare, legal, manufacturing, distribution, things like that, where we want to prevent supply chain attacks. Easy, initial call, simple setup, full protection, and we do different trials, so you don't have to commit to anything before you can see it work. You can take it for a test drive, right? Kick the tires on it. And I'll come and play bagpipes and wear a coat. So we're looking for early customers, any strategic advisor, not just in cybersecurity, but in technology as well. And investor conversations. And if you want to connect, happy to connect with you, and really enjoyed presenting to everyone today. Thank you very much. You had your hand up first, sir.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah. How about it? Just curious. So is it your organization today, is it fully virtual? Is it all AI engines, or do you have ethical hackers that you can bring in to do more sophisticated infiltration?
I'm also an ethical hacker, so I can do pen testing. It's not something I would specialize in, but I know people who would.
Right.
So it's all virtual. So it's all hosted. There's nothing within your environment. We could do like a vulnerability scan, but we would like audit that. So it'd be something we could chat about for sure.
So this is a software as a service subscription play?
This is a subscription play. So yeah, software as a service.
What are your price points? Do you have a small, medium, large, or?
Yeah, so the way I'm thinking about doing it just now, great question, is I'm going to be doing like the email side of things as well, but also the big problem in not just here in Wilmington, but across the board is email authentication. So making sure that you have the correct SPF, DKIM, and DMARC records. If you're not too sure what that is, I can explain it, but basically it's a way to protect your mail and make sure that when someone receives your message, it's authenticated and it comes from you. So with the email service I presented here, and that and an endpoint service, I can do different layered packages. Now the price point is cheap. I'm not going to give you a number just now because you're like, oh, that Scottish guy told me it was going to be $1.50.
No, I mean, I'm very familiar with the SaaS, software as a service world.
I'm looking at, and don't hold me to this if I might change it, but I'm looking at per user just for like the basic service, like the core service is probably going to be around the $7 to $10 per user per month mark. So at the moment, enterprise software for this kind of enterprise are paying sort of $18 to $25 per user. So you can imagine enterprise user, I work with the #1 Fortune 100 customer, right? Big W based out of Bentonville, Arkansas. They have 300,000 users. If they're all paying $25 per user. And
so you've already got this built.
It's all built.
It's all built, but you don't have do you have the front end built?
The front end's built as well, have the website, have the customer portal built.
Everything's built.
So,
but you haven't decided on a price yet?
No, I need help with price. So I need to because this is all relatively new to me, but at the moment for my initial research, it's going to be within that sheet I'm calling it.
Okay. I'm just trying to get to where you were with your things are moving forward.
And being cheap in Scottish goes.
I get it now. I'm Scottish.
Yeah.
If Microsoft 365 is a target, can you get anything from Microsoft that does anything like this?
Microsoft is always a target. Microsoft is the vessel that threat actors use all the time. So fake SharePoint emails, OneDrive, anything to do with Microsoft, they can log into Microsoft, spin up an account, send an email. Before it gets taken down, the damage is already done. So we integrate with Microsoft. I wouldn't personally have Microsoft as my source of privacy and security. I'd always have some sort of layer like ILMinate or another email security sort of vector. I'm just going to take a quick drink of my herbal tea because I stopped caffeine. I hate my life right now. So Microsoft's licenses, they're trying to get organizations into E3 or E5 licenses. And we all know that most customers or most organizations use Microsoft. I'm a Microsoft user. I love it for collaboration, but for security, it's not so hot. You'll see a lot of threats coming in. We've got a bunch of condemned IP addresses and different threats out there. And like I say, it's normally the #1 vector of emails that are coming in from Microsoft. And
for where you are right now, what's the ideal target customer?
small, medium businesses, people who don't have IT staff, people who don't have cyber staff or have cyber awareness. So like small, like dental practices or small businesses who receive emails, who are worried about getting attacked. I don't want to do scaremongering. I don't want to be like, if you don't have this, you're going to lose your business. That's some of the examples, but I'm really only focusing on small businesses within the Cape Fear region. Oh, sorry. Yep.
You talk about a per member per month. I've got a cell phone. I've got a laptop that's personal. I've got a business computer. Would those be one fee across all?
Per user. Yeah, because it's email, it doesn't matter what devices or how many devices you have. So it's just per user. Now on the endpoint, we're going to put that on your corporate laptop. We're not too concerned about your personal laptop. What you do on your personal laptop or your personal phone, that's your thing. But for the endpoint, it's a lightweight endpoint agent that can detect things like Trojans, different viruses, or anything that someone clicks on and downloads executable software. So that'll probably be like the next phase. Now it's ready to go now, but it's going to be one warm-bodied user.
So when you say user, you're really talking about one email address. So if I had 2 or 3 different email addresses for 2 or 3 different organizations, or is it just I sign in as myself?
You sign in as yourself, and if you've got aliases, it's going to be that's going to be covered. Thank you. Oh, sorry.
I'm just curious to know what your lead generation strategy is.
Who's good at lead generation? So I don't have a strategy there. I need to think, well, this is one of my first lead generation events.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, I would like to learn more about how I can get out there and how I can create like a strategy around gaining customers.
Okay. Is your intention to start locally or in a specific geographic area before expanding nationally, or what's your thought process?
I would love to say like global domination. At the moment, I really want to focus on the Cape Fear region, Wilmington, the surrounding counties, Southport, just making sure small businesses here are protected at an affordable price.
Yeah, I want to ask a question. Yeah, Sonic World does offer state food packet inspection with hosting email, and they have the one that sits on the server, mail server, and they also have a client side. Is this something that works in a similar way?
Yeah, so that's going to be like more traditional email security.
Yeah.
And then when they offer it as an additional, that's normally a good opportunity to walk away, because Sonic Wall's not business isn't email security.
Yeah.
So it's like a free add-on. So normally threat actors know this, and it's an easy target. So this is all SaaS based, so there's not like a additional thing to deploy. Now, if you're talking about deploying an Outlook, another part of this as well, but we offer real-time security awareness training as well. So we have real-time teachable moments. So when your users receive an email, it could be like it's a simulation, it's a security awareness training. So it looks like a real email. If they click on it, then they'll get real-time, hey, this is actually a malicious email, and this is what you have to look out for in the future. And that information gets fed back into a report to the boss, to whoever, to say, okay, we need to train our users, etc. But when you talk about integrating with Outlook, we can have an Outlook plugin or a way to report messages.
Okay.
My goal is not to have a plugin in Outlook because it's messy. What I'd like to do is an email warning tag within the email, so a banner at the top of the email that says report suspicious from here. So it looks nice on iPads, iPhones, Android devices. So it's fully portable, so you're not looking for a way to report messages. Yes.
I would guess one, but is it only for Microsoft and Outlook or Google Workspace?
Google as well. Google Work. Google Workspace Suite. Google Suite.
That's what I use.
So Google is I hate to say it, just because I've seen this across the industry, but Google is less safe than Microsoft. So Google customers really do need some sort of robust layer before getting emails to their users.
I've had the benefit of corporate training through the big institutions about understanding some of this. You've actually shown me things that they didn't show me, which is good.
Yeah.
So from a lead generation perspective and your personality, I think it's a good way to, you should consider like micro videos of teaching people, right? And then that could lead to individuals that work at corporations want to bring you in-house. Because I can tell you right now, one of the things that I struggle with is trying to explain some of this to people who haven't had that type of training. And again, I haven't seen things that you just presented in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very high value, quick hit. I want to know more, and it's for $7 a month, even at a company or a personal level. Somebody might be interested.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'd be like, hi, I'm Troy McClure. You may recognize me from this email. Yeah, I can do that. My problem is I always feel like my accent gets lost. So I play hockey here in Wilmington, and in the locker room last night, I was like, we need to pass the puck more. They're like, I'm speaking English. Yeah, so
Everything's subtitled now.
yeah. Yeah, the next time I'll have subtitles here. Oh yeah, no, that's great feedback, and I'd love to do that. Oh, sorry, and then
Yeah, again, along sort of the same lead generation, the insurance now for cybersecurity and stopping email threats like this, we get our insurance guy come in all the time talking about, yeah, you need cybersecurity, cyber insurance. Have you talked with, I suggest you talk with some insurance organizations to talk about bringing you something like this in to protect their businesses, because it's a minimal cost, as you've kind of talked about, to protect against a maximum threat. The Cape Fear Country Club is now dealing with a ransomware attack that's been going on for at least a week and a half now.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it came in, but it's
You have someone working on it?
oh yeah, they've got
Yeah.
all, I heard the forensic IT specialist was,
Well,
in-house, so.
This is the thing with this as well. There's a lot of companies that do forensics, but they know organizations need that service, so they charge out of the roof. It's extortionate. There's a well-known ferry company at Southport that goes to a little island, I'll not name it. They got hit with a threat a couple of years ago. The guy who I know, he's one of the managers there. He texts me, and the first thing he says, don't pay the ransomware. Because you pay the ransomware, you're a target. You're the target for the rest of your business's career, right? They know that you're going to pay, and they still have access. So my biggest advice is never pay the ransomware. So it's never as bad as it seems. But going back to the insurance, well, it is bad. It can be bad. But going back to the insurance, I'm going to be insured as well. So if there is a breach, there's a liability there as well. But yeah, cyber insurance, it seems to be on the up as well. Most organized. I feel like it's you do need to have it. I wish that there wasn't this scaremongering tactic that comes along with it.
Yeah, I'm more thinking about reaching out to the insurance company.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Kind of like saying, with your you've got a home security system, they say, oh, you get a 7% discount on your insurance rates.
Yeah.
This is an offering.
That's a great idea.
Very similar to that.
Yeah.
We'll do 2 more questions.
Hi, Christopher.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
Christopher, great job. I really liked how you went through it and gave us some actionable things. So I would say, good job on the video. The thought and then the redirect I would have is immediately went to, they're paying $25 because there's implicit risk that you're assuming that they need to cover, because then that one email gets through and they're going to come back to, you were supposed to protect me. I was supposed to be safe. You didn't protect me. And the remuneration comes in. So in the 1, 2, 3, 1 marketing guy, 2 engineers, and 3 lawyers, I would say that would be the first thing is setting yourself up, because you will be called by Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe and say, hey, look, you didn't protect me and I need remuneration. So that's where you go over to Gloria and talk about SBTDC about the legal structure. Make sure that your layer of protection on your own self before they say, you got a nice house and you cost me $1 million.
Yeah.
Even if it's a doctor, a lawyer, small businesses, still have the capacity to find their way back to you.
Yeah. So I've set up my company as an LLC, and I've got robust legal terms and privacy and everything that you'd expect with a small company like mine. Now that will need refined by an attorney. But absolutely, I still need to, because there's no solution out there that's 100%. If someone says they're 100%, they're not. They're marketing. They're marketing. So when but it's how you deal. Let's say an email does make it through. Well, how do we deal with that? What do we do to make sure this doesn't happen again? So there are different adaptive layers to that point we can do. Fine-tune rules, create organizational safe and block lists, security training. There's different things that we can do.
Because what you're really presenting is a relationship. It's that I'm going to cover you for some period of time, and actually monthly is not a good relationship, because you can transactionally change your terms and the company can get rid of you. So at that point, I would say, if we recognize that this is a real need and a real problem, and I can think of 100 companies just in the 30-mile range here, my dentist, my doctor, et cetera, that don't have the robust security that they need. I think you've got a really great opportunity, but you would need to make sure that you're ready, because when you get that first customer, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah. And so that's something I need to take on board, and I appreciate that feedback.
Hi, Chris.
Oh, one.
We have to move on. What is a way we as a community can help you? I know you mentioned 3 things in your last slide. What is?
Like connecting with me, networking, asking questions, come to watch me play hockey. Just getting the word out there as well. If you can get like, hey, I was at this presentation with ILMinate. It sounds like they've got a unique offering. That's the other thing as well. Sorry, I don't do IT support. If you're going to call me for your printer and stuff, call someone else. We're really focusing on cyber.
Yeah, great for that.
Yeah. But yeah, just help me network in the lead generation, the legal side of it. Maybe someone help like thinking my price is too high, too low. Just kind of like guiding me with that as well. Yeah.
Cool. Round of applause. It will be time after for you to chit chat with him, listen to more of his voice afterwards. We will be going about 5 or so minutes over just because of me being slow with starting. But just so everyone's aware of that. I try to keep it within an hour if I can, but it's tough sometimes. So now we're going to transition. Up next is Raj with Exchange Effects. Round of applause.
Hello there. My name is Rajendra Jagad. Well, Indra means senses. So there are 5, senses that we have. It's called cognitive senses. Then we have the action senses, 5, and then we have 1 mind. So there's a total 11 senses. And my name is Rajendra, so I thought that would be a good calling for me to get into sensors and sensors. So since 2008, I did a presentation to the Crime Summit meeting on how to use biosensors to improve incarceration and lowering of the jail population, which was the goal that Sheriff McMahon was shooting for. So it became very popular, but it was controversial. At that time, I picked biosensors, which was EDA sensor which was called Q sensors from MIT. And it went pretty well at first. But then there was a lot of new technology innovations. So about a lot of things came along the way, and I was out of the loop. They did get some $200K grant to see how it would perform. The MIT company Q sensor was running as Affectiva. They had to kind of change their name and repivot it, and now they're doing business as Embrace. So they do that. So since then, I've been doing mostly website designs, app building. I also do technology startup mentoring through MOOC. So my original background is I'm a network system security engineer, and I used to design networks. I work for Pinjon, which is a Java security platform. And then also I work for SonicWall as a network design. Currently, Exchange Effect, I started doing this, offering health education using biosensors. I thought that would be a good way to go to, since I was involved as a chronic disease vice chair at Fit Partners for Health. It was a great way to get familiar with what public health has to offer. And so you can switch to next slide. So, okay, thanks. Okay, so health disparities has been a very touching point. And so in 2018, what we started doing is started offering health off the shelf. Again, I use a biosensor called CardioMobile. And we started offering health education. And what I saw was people were not very familiar with what was what AFib was. So it was very hard to kind of get it across to them. So I managed to do them orthostatic tests, have them sit down, do an EKG, have them stand up, do an EKG, and then ask them, how hard is your heart working from sitting to standing? And they would say, okay, I don't know. So we will say if it's about 10, then you probably need to do a little bit more prevention. You know, why it's working harder. You know, is it your weight? Is it your medication you're taking? You know, so it kind of improves health education engagement. From that, I have moved to another biometric personalized health education called quantum resonance magnetic analyzer. And what that does, it has a 240 biomarkers. It's very easy to do the scan. And so that's what we have been offering to mainly marginalized population, free of no charge. And my goal here, which is what I'm seeking for help, is how we can partner with the existing programs that are already there at the hospital or maybe at some corporate enterprise. There is a current program offered like Fresh Start at ECU. They do serve like they deliver nutrition meals and so we want to offer AI-based nutrition using the scan. So biometric scan, then we have our own AI that would convert it into data analysis and custom content guidelines, and it would go into scanning. We're trying to build the AI by offering free scans and free health education so far. And I'm seeking to apply for ECU Health Foundation has a grant program. We are 501c3 just recently approved. So what we are going to do is I've already applied with a letter of intent, and I'm looking for anybody who can support us to give a good word out there that we offer health education using 240 biometrics to see how we can bridge the gap in disparity through innovations. Platform is still under works. I'm asked for $45,000. So this would cover, one of the challenges I found is if a person is very tiny or small, the baseline for the resonance scan is not accurate. It doesn't take the physical structure of a person. For example, it will say lung capacity is low. But if the person is going to be small, lung capacity is going to be low. So it doesn't. So there is a couple of devices out there that do 3D scans that are about $5,000, and then we would have like an onboard nutrition. So that's about $30,000 right there for full time, and then that would get us going to doing health education. Using 340 biometrics. We have people sign this up before we have them, do a test. We ask them to choose about any of the 32 reports, so that way they can choose what area they want to focus on as far as their health goes. So they have a lot of say in what they want to focus on their health. So it improves health awareness and. Here, so we've been doing this. This is another infographics that I created using a research that shows 20 minerals and how minerals help improve, reach the last milestone when it comes to health optimization. So that's about it. Any questions?
Robot. Getting the health guys in under 6 minutes is tough sometimes.
You said one of the last pieces of paper you picked up, you said you allow the patients to sort of pick what they think is wrong with them. With everything that's out there, WebMD and Google this and chat that, all that kind of stuff. Wouldn't you be better served to sort of run the diagnostic analysis on the person themselves, then try and help them, then focus on what you find?
Yeah. That's exactly what I thought. It would kind of work better. But when we started doing it, it's important to have their perspective on what, because we are not doing this clinically. We are doing health prevention. So it's important to empower them because we're improving health education engagement. So this is pre-clinical. If it's clinical, we will tell them, go and see your doctor. So if we find any parameters that are really high or really low, I would say they're in red, then we would make them aware that this is what's going on. I want to thank a 28-year-old who kind of helped me do the scan here last time I was here. So he had a heart murmur condition and the device picked it up. So it was kind of nice. And these are it had about 28 markers of a 240 that could contribute to the, out of those, he could improve 8 of them to make it better. Currently, I am working through Upwork where we have, an MD doctor from Philippines who is in London right now. He's a new student, but I would have him a Zoom call. We would sit in with this and have a one-on-one chat with the person. So obviously I'm spending my own money doing all of this. So it would be nice to, so we call this Hotwise program. And it is important for us to do it in a controlled way. Because because there are clinical guidelines on how this should be done. So if anybody is clinically inclined to get involved in this, I would really appreciate, especially an MD from here would, if we do it under, a medical director, he can say, okay, this is the line. So you don't cross the line. So he has to be here, so that's my current struggle. And usually those people don't want to get engaged in prevention.
More questions, Raj?
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
More questions?
So is this a blood test or a body scan? I mean, how do you
No,
collect the
it's
200 variables?
Yeah, it's a electromagnetic scan. So what it does, it using a magnetic frequency of the body. It tallies it with the database and checks what the frequency level of each organ should be. And based on different frequency, it will tell you whether it's too high or too low. If it's the right number, then it should it's balanced. So that means it's working optimally. So there are certain things it measures, and those are about 240 that include digestive system. So I have divided into, I didn't have a time to go into detail, but I have divided into 6 systems that tell us on how we should. So I've divided into 6 systems. So about 240, we have a respiratory system, and then we have digestive system and electrical system, which is a nervous system. So these are the 3 things that the user can control. Okay, these are the 3 things that we monitor, which is circulatory system, any symptoms, excretory system, and skeleton system. So we just kind of break it down, make it simpler for them. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm trying to get the business model here,
Yes.
right? So it's kind of like you go to the mall, get the MRI scan,
Yeah.
and it tells you everything you want to know. But you're trying to do it for an underserved. So the scanning tool that is that an MRI that you're doing, or is it?
Yeah, it is a kind of MRI. Yeah.
Yeah. How much do one of those devices cost?
No, it doesn't cost. It costs. You can buy it in the market for about $100.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So my question becomes then, what is your business model? Obviously, a nonprofit. How are you going to fund all this? Is it just going to be under grants? Or are you going to hospital systems and trying to sell them on a program, or?
Well, currently I've been speaking with the ECU board, and they're going to look into creating a legal structure so we can do it in a controlled way. Because when it comes to prevention, there could be a lot of fear among employees.
Well, I think there would be a lot of there has to be a doctor involved.
Yeah, doctor involved.
There has a lot of HIPAA. All that stuff is involved in this. So there has to be some type of doctor.
Yeah.
So you're very nascent in your development of this.
We've been offering free at no charge, and the way the reason we're able to do it, because the law allows us to do health education as long as it's not clinical. That means
Right.
we cannot prescribe medication, we cannot diagnose anything, but we can empower them that this is what's going on with your health. And that's all about it. So I can hire full-time, that's why I'm asking.
That's your focus, is the
That's my focus.
education, is not the diagnostic, but the education. that you
Education
say.
part.
So I mean, so I'm trying to get down to what's the business model here. Are you gonna do these scans and create all this information? How are you gonna make money with it, and who you
Well,
gonna
the way
charge?
we're gonna do it, for example, we got, this is a nutrition report created, so there's about 4 or 5 pages based on, the 28 uneven.
I get that, so the question becomes,
So we charge
who
about
pays for
200
all this? Who pays for that?
No, so we charge about $200 per, including the cost, or.
Insurance, are you gonna put that through insurance, or?
No.
No, that's, who pays for that?
So we hoping to either do it grant, and our best option is to do it through grant, maybe Duke Endowment or.
Oh, so so your customers are the hospitals.
Yeah,
and those, and
enterprise.
you're gonna go to them and get them to fund a program
Yes.
that allows you to go out to their patient or their community, the communities
Right.
they serve, and run this program.
Yeah, or a corporate environment where we get the money from the corporate and we offer maybe visit.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Does the sensor come with any front or an app that actually give you results?
Yes. Okay, this one comes with the app. The scan that we do with the 240 biomarkers, that doesn't have an app.
So there's an opportunity for you to build an app on top of that.
Yes, we
To
can.
give that bias and all that stuff.
Yeah. So the advancement that we have made is currently the scan just spits out a PDF, which is very hard to read, and it's based on Chinese medicine. So it's kind of hard to make any recommendations. So what we have done is we have built a server that would extract the PDF data, and then we can,
Makes sense.
make sense and build our own AI. And that's how we are able to do nutrition reports and determine any cause or underlying.
I think that should be the business model in my opinion.
Yeah. So anybody can help with UNC or with ECU Health. I would really appreciate it if anybody has connections there. Thank you. Yes.
Considered working with an RN or a board certified health coach rather than an MD for once it comes time to actually working with users of the device and the application?
Yeah, actually, this would gel well with somebody who was already offering health coaching as a platform and has a bunch of health coaches lined up. So they would maybe do a body questionnaire, something like this. And then they would coach one-on-one. Instead of that, we would just give them the full body scan, and then we would have them upload the scan to the server. And for each upload, we can charge them money, and then, it can do either a nutrition report, cause of disease, or, something like that. And we would have to make a claim that this is not for diagnosis. It is for prevention, so it's not clinical. So anything that's not clinical, we have to.
So, hospital systems are always trying to funnel people into their private practices, their general practitioners, because it's kind of a funnel for them.
Yeah.
Right? So you're out there trying to do an underserved community.
Yeah.
Which is on the borderline of insurance.
Yes, that's
right?
correct.
So that is very much a target for hospital systems, getting those people into the healthcare system.
Yeah.
So that becomes the approach. Here's a way, I've just done a scan for you, take it to the physician.
That's right.
Take it to the physician, and it basically becomes a selling tool for these hospital systems
to offer
funnel,
more. Yeah.
right, and broaden their base into these underserved
And they
communities.
can validate, so that's why we want them to choose what kind of report.
You need
they
to be
want.
able to we've
So that way
taken, we've
it's-
taken 15, 20 minutes to get to that.
Yeah,
You need to be able to say that when you do these presentations, that's what you need to be saying up front.
okay.
This is my goal. This is what we're setting up. I mean, I think you're very
My
good.
first presentation, but thank
Right,
you.
well, there you go. That's why we're doing it. So that's what I think you need to figure out. This is my goal. This is where we're going. And this is how we're going to get there.
Okay.
And you need to be able to get it to the point where you can go into UNC Duke or, Pitt and be able to say, what is my return? What am I getting out of this? And this is how I'm going to get you there. And we're using off the shelf. We're not saying go buy this $20 million MRI tool.
Yeah.
We're using off the shelf scanning tools, and we're doing basic analysis and scans of your underserved communities, and we're going to push them to your private practitioners
Yes.
into your system.
That's right.
I think a lot of
So-
hospitals would jump at that.
Yeah, patient flow, it would be excellent to do patient flow management. But the patient has to take the lead and we just give them the baton. They can
Right,
take the baton and go.
But that's
So
what
it's important
I
that we
think
do
that's what
that.
the hospitals are looking for.
Yeah.
If you pitch it like that,
Yeah,
the hospital administrator are looking at, well, that's a good marketing program.
yeah,
And the reason you want to be in marketing, because that's where all the money's at.
Yeah.
People, when they've got money to spend,
Yeah.
they'll spend marketing money to book new patients. Every one of them patients is
Yeah,
worth a
so
lot of money.
if you know a way, well, let's connect afterwards. I really appreciate it.
We can questions here.
Any more questions? Yes, sir.
Are you Wilmington based or
No, I am in Greenville. Yes. Yes,
Uh,
ma'am.
do you know have you met Carl Rickenig yet from UNCW?
No.
Professor here who
No.
has a well-established, amazing business.
Carl Regan, did you say?
Rickenig, I'll get you the name
Okay.
afterward, but he's gonna be speaking here in a week or so, I believe.
Okay.
But facial recognition is what he is focused on and built an amazing business on it. I'm just thinking he would be an amazing contact for you because he has seen the system that you're
Yes.
trying to get through.
Yes.
And
Got it.
I think it would be a good mentorship. and a
Yes.
good,
Thank you so much. It was worth coming here, driving here 2 miles just for that. Just for that, let me tell you. Thank you, Heather. Yes.
So down here in Wilmington, there are clinics like Game Day Men's Health, and then some of the weight loss clinics even
Yes.
that run on, just the
Yeah.
health coaches and the RNs on
Yeah.
site. It's very preventative.
Yes.
Have you talked to any clinics like that?
No, I've not talked to small as much because what we want to do is we want to have a consistent contract for about a year or two, so we can have sustenance. And once we have sustenance, I can go with the small ones just as a little a la carte on, on the side to kind of fulfill it. That would be a good approach. But if you know anybody that's really enthusiastic, I'm willing to go in because it would take some of their time and effort. Usually a small business are so focused on lowering their cost and, usually one person is doing 10 different things. So they really don't have time. And since I'm new, it takes a lot of time. So I'm definitely looking for somebody big to kind of absorb me in so I can kind of stand a little bit. Once I'm able to stand a little bit, I have some room to wiggle, then I can go and do an outreach. Thank you so much for this.
So last question.
Real quick. Yes,
sir.
So there is an organization I belong to called MDVIP,
Okay.
and they provide all of their patients an annual or semi-annual executive wellness program,
Perfect.
which is very similar to the deliverables that you do.
Perfect. Thank you.
Dovetail into their practice.
Yeah, yep, perfect. So let's connect after the 1 million cup. I really appreciate it. I'll definitely get your card. Thank you.
Round
Thank
of
you so much.
applause.
Definitely worth coming here. Thank you.
Of course. And the presenters will be hanging out afterwards for you to ask further questions and give them contact info, community announcements. Jerry Coleman.
Yeah, the SPTDC and Cape Fear Community College Small Business Center are offering a Taking the Leap for business startups starting on January 22nd. It's a 3-part series. It'll be held at Cape Fear Community College Small Business Center. So see me later. I've got a QR code for registration if you're And there's some flyers out. So let us know. Love to have you.
Cool. I would like to say, you might guess who this 28-year-old is, but the device I used was like basically this size. I put my hand on it for like 3 minutes and it gave me all the metrics.
Yeah, thanks.
He told me what I already knew, but I didn't
He
tell
said
him.
I'm not supposed to disclose it.
I didn't tell him ahead of time to figure it out. Yes, sir.
Hi, Daryl Irwin with CarolinaBuyBuy.com. We are a cooperative buying advocate for towns and cities and municipalities in North and South Carolina. We already have members for the 3 counties here, Brunswick, New Hanover, Pender, they're all our members. We just signed an agreement with the Municipal Association of South Carolina, so we have 224 cities that are our members in South Carolina. So we put a list of vendors, major vendors for products and services together with all the municipalities, towns, and nonprofits, Raj, who can do their purchasing and save money through our cooperative buying relationship with our 100 vendors, including things like, AstroTurf, CDGW, and big national vendors. But the point is, one key development is we're going on the e-commerce platform this year. So your procurement officers at nonprofits could now buy through our e-commerce website.
Cool. There are events going on.
So I also manage the Pavilion Health Center in Carolina Beach, and the family practitioner, the doctor there is retiring. He's retiring, and he's going to leave us with a clinic with foot traffic for lease. So if anybody knows a doctor, a nurse practitionist, or PA, this could be a very good opportunity for someone to get in business like right away.
Cool. Isabel.
I have 2 AI workshops this month, one on the 13th, one on the 20th. The one on the 13th is for folks who are maybe using it right now for emails, maybe just as a souped up Google search. So that one's to help you turn the AI tools, figure out which one to turn into your productivity powerhouse ultimately. And then the one on the 20th is more for building out workflows. It'll save you huge amounts of time each day. So.
Lydia.
Hi everyone, my name is Lydia Thomas. I'm the UNCW CIE program manager. A couple things. One, we are supposed to have a workshop right after this today. That's been postponed due to illness. So that won't be happening today, and we'll send out a new date for that as soon as I can confirm it. So then our next thing is, and I know we're about out of time, but we are launching a new program called Thrive Lab with a gift from Wells Fargo. We are able to create this new program. It's for entrepreneurs with revenue. Thank you, Jack. Yes, Jack has a flyer and you could come see me for more information. We're taking applications now through the end of February. And in this program, it'll be about 3 months, but only 1 full day session per month. There'll be mentoring tied into there. And the sessions over the 3 months will be think like a CEO, think like a CPO, chief people officer, and think like a CFO. And all that will be coupled with mentoring from past post-entrepreneurship award winners and our CAE mentors. And if you have any other questions about that, please come see me. And then we have intentional, which Heather mentioned at the very beginning, next Tuesday at 9 a.m. That's about setting your goals for the year.
What's the minimum on the revenue?
There's no minimum.
No. Yeah, I'm Jerry Coleman, Cape Fear Community College Small Business Center. We have a startup showdown starting this year with the Small Business Center Network. So if you're a startup, this is a grant program pitch competition, statewide pitch competition, $30,000 on the line. So if you're a startup or you know a startup, have them see me so we can start talking about how to get them involved in that project. Starts in March.
Don't mob Jerry right. Congrats on One Man Cup Durham for starting up, though, starting I think in 2 weeks. Whippers maybe. So that's an opportunity for y'all. I would give them space to have some Durham Raleigh companies present first, but if you're needing anyone, You can drive up there and present. Also, One Man Cups, Myrtle Beach. I think they're looking for someone on the 28th. So if you want to present down at One Man Cups, Myrtle Beach, it's a great opportunity to get in front of a new crowd, meet people. Heather.
Just one general announcement. In 2 weeks, about a dozen honor students will start joining us every week. I'm starting to teach a class next week. It's called Caffeinated Connections. And so, as you might imagine, this class will be attending 1 Million Cups to learn about entrepreneurs in our entrepreneurial community. So you'll have a chance to meet some UNCW students throughout the semester.
Wait. Tell me the last thing, photo, ready? 1, 2, 3. I got it. Thanks for coming. So I went a little bit over. Come back next week, please. See you.